Yeah, who we got first, Joyce?
So up first, excuse me, my hair is not playing ball. We have got probably a match that I would say maybe some people would have expected. We have got Scores versus Bulby.
Scores versus Bulby.
Not Scores. Streakz versus Bulby.
Streakz
versus Bulby.
yeah.
Excuse me. And what a set to start us off.
Yeah, we were just saying beforehand, Streakz versus Bulby is kind of like, it feels like we've been in a bit of a time capsule.
Yes.
I think Ultimate has changed a lot, particularly in the UK, since, of course, the world ended in 2020. We had, obviously, that long sort of downtime from the pandemic. But this is like an old school 2019 matchup you would see at like most of the big tournaments pre-COVID. You'd have Streakz versus Bulby. I can't remember exactly where Bulby was ranked, but he was definitely ranked. He was definitely PR for a period, maybe a short period.
Yeah, and he's been doing really, really well at sort of London events recently. Of course, starting to talk about Streakz, pretty much one of the only players, you know, cut above the rest in terms of the rest of the cohort here. And, you know, he's been in winner semis. He's had a couple of close shaves.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I saw that a little bits of that Mittens set. But yeah, I guess, you know, there's always discussions about the UK PR. There's kind of like a solid top 11 established, but for those who don't know, the ban list, so to speak, for this kind of new era Arcadian was done based on the circuit points for the finale tomorrow. And Steph's lack of attendance, Streak's lack of attendance, means that he didn't have the points, but it's basically, this feels like his tournament to lose. But he's going to have to get through Bulby, who is no slouch in his own right.
Yeah, absolutely. Bulby was definitely also one of those players that, as you can see just from this 44% here, a lot of people did have as a shoe-in for a qualifying player. He has been doing really, really well. He doesn't attend too often. He doesn't practice the game too often either. But anybody that has seen Bulby play and knows that sort of legacy that he's got before this point knows that, you know, it's not too surprising to see here. But oh my goodness, Streakz just 3, 4, 5th? No, not too, just a few cheeky up airs.
Yeah, I think Streakz, I feel like the thing that impresses me most about Streakz is that he has what feels like an unfair reaction time. Because that's what you want to do with Fox. You just want to constantly threaten burst range and punish accordingly. And Streakz just constantly just decides, just kind of, just gives you a little nudge. Just decides, what are you going to do to deal with my nair or my dash attack?
Yeah, and this is also one of those matchups where Streakz has got to play maybe a little bit more carefully. Bulby is a very patient player, and Game & Watch is definitely not a character that you want to be just sort of landing on in a really careless way.
Yeah, I think this matchup in particular, we've seen it a little bit at the top level in the US with Light and Meister, but yeah, I think historically not a great matchup for Fox. So probably not the best draw that Streakz could have really gotten from the players we've still got left in, but he can make it work, we'll have to see.
And you can already tell how delicate this matchup can be. Unfortunate there, just getting hit by that slow descending down air, but it took a little while for a stock to be taken. This isn't, you know, when you normally watch Streakz, oh my god, never mind. Just Streakz just slowly walking away. It's a slow-paced matchup, but in the same vein,
explosive moments.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, it may take a little while for those hits to start, but once the hits start, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think we said before, Bulby's quite a patient player. Like, he's not someone who's just going to sort of run in and press buttons. There'll be moments when he's doing that in disadvantage, or advantage, I should say. But I think that, you know, Streakz, he's going to have to take his time. He's known for being quite a, a fan favorite. His playstyle well-liked, very aggressive, likes to get in, likes to schmix you, like to make you sort of dance around him. But Bulby's going to slow the pace of the game down, and Streakz is just going to have to respect that. Because if you don't respect Mr. Game & Watch, you just die, basically.
Yeah, and we can see already Bulby just throwing out these very, very safe up smashes just to really dissuade Streakz from landing in a really careless way. That's if he can land at all at the moment, just about managing to get down, but took 100% in the meantime.
Yeah, both these players have had a really good juggling game so far. Obviously, that Game & Watch up air is crazy, as is Fox's up airs, we'll see. But the reversals, Game & Watch has so many crazy reversals just like that. The down air, Streakz was getting overzealous with his own up air, and yeah, Bulby could just press the key button.
You can see the reaction in the player cam as well, those little like hints of frustration going through Streakz at the moment, knowing that, you know, that was a second down air that, you know, it wasn't even a sort of like really raw, quick down air. It was a relatively reactable, and Streakz just getting hit by it a second time.
Oh,
but
the classic.
Perfect range there to get that down air into the up smash. Beautiful stuff on Streakz.
Yeah, I think both these players are juggling each other really well, but as we say, the risk-reward sometimes feels like it's in Game & Watch's favor, because it's knowing when to swing, but also for Streakz, it's knowing when not to swing. Because you'll just get reversal with key, you might just get hit by some dumb Game & Watch thing.
Really, really scary moments here for Streakz. Just, again, We've been seeing it time and time again. We've seen it in sets against, you know, players like Mittens as well, where these characters that can just kind of blow Fox up in one interaction.
Yeah.
Streakz does such a good job at really utilizing his movement just to dance around and almost tempt the idea of throwing a hitbox out.
Well, that's it. He's trying to bait Bulby by using his own movement, just sort of empty landing, empty movement to try and bait Bulby. But Bulby's holding the line. He's holding the shield when he needs to.
Because he knows, particularly at this point, both of these players relatively close to kill percent, particularly one up smash from either of them. And there we go, a couple of up smashes there. Bulby saying, I'm just going to test this. I'm just going to test this, you know, maybe slightly sillier option, but now dead even percent from both of them. And again, just look at this.
Yeah,
delicate.
Streakz is just great. Streakz is running straight back. He's not even contested. He's like, I'm giving you stage. Maybe he went too far back because now he's in a really bad spot, but makes it back.
But Bulby resetting the situation here. Streakz just manages to get back on.
He snuck in. He snuck in the nair.
Fraction of a second away from losing that game, but Streakz, and the fact that the up smash came out so quick, he knew that hit. He knew that hit every
It's such small margins as well, because if Bulby releases that like a frame earlier, it's just a completely different game. Like, that's it. Literally like 2 frames, maybe a frame or 2, is the difference between who won and lost the game. But I think that's it. It's like, I see people play Streakz and they crumble against him. I crumble against him. I play I'm like, this guy is in my head. He's destroying me. His reaction time's so good. He just sort of just nickels and dimes, tries to bait you, and then of course Fox just reacts and gets all of his shenanigans. But he's not really, it feels like getting blood from a stone sometimes against Bulby. He's very calm, very patient player, has been for a long time. But yeah, he was able to sneak in the nair just then, but something tells me this is going to be a back and forth set. I don't see this being a sweep.
Yeah, the fact that, again, we were talking about, you know, like minute fractions of a second determining the fact that Streakz is now up a game, you know, Bulby is going to have to do, you know, keep up the line and really just make it that just touch more difficult to get those hits on him.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, Streakz says it's basically down to kind of play the sort of more slow-paced, longer game. Like, I think sometimes certain characters, certain Fox players, they kind of want to run in and press buttons, but Streakz is really good at knowing when to sort of, like, take a breather and just sort of do a lot of empty movement, just to sort of feel his opponent out. So, we'll see.
I feel like that's the real difference between like a good Fox player and a great Fox player.
Yeah.
Just when you've got such aggressive options and such a good ability to really, really charge forward at your opponent and put that pressure on, it's knowing when to stop pressing the buttons and sort of release that pressure a little bit, the mixing up of the pressure, rather than just going, you know, all systems go every single second.
100%. And I think as well, because Fox doesn't have the greatest grab game, so you're doing a lot of shield pressure. And Bulby basically lives in shield. His out of shield options are all great. He can up B, he can up smash. So Bulby he spends most of his game in shield, basically.
Yeah, we can see once again a little bit faster on the uptake this time, but again, both these players playing incredibly delicately and just, oh my god, but a bit of a optimistic down smash there, and Streakz knowing the perfect time.
Hey, Streakz got his own out of shield game. You know, that up smash, it's crazy fast. Like, it's crazy strong as well, of course.
You can see Streakz there. Bulby landed with that down air, and Streakz wanted none of it. Ran all the way to the other side of the stage. But is just about, and again, just avoiding these moments, whether... Okay, we're seeing the forward throw there. I feel like Bulby didn't want to go for the up throw just yet, but it doesn't matter when neutral starts killing.
Don't always see nair kill, but it's kind of similar in a way that, like, Game & Watch has a great grab game, but maybe not a kill percent. Like, I don't think does he even have a kill throw? I've seen I think it's the down throw kill on very rare occasions at like 200%, but yeah, Streakz will stay in shield just as much as Bulby will sometimes, especially at those positions.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely not Game & Watch's main win condition, but with a character as light as Fox in particular, it can be sort of something that they can pull out of the back pocket just in case. But again, we return to this delicate neutral. Streakz getting a nice little two-piece there, keeping Bulby on the side of the stage.
Yeah, Bulby's not got too much going so far, I'd say, in this game. A couple of up air strings, nair strings as well, but yeah, the up B out of shield. Streakz loves just playing around shield, but he requires even more precision than usual in this matchup. Bulby's just not biting.
Just, you can see time and time again from Bulby these little moments where you see the move beginning to come out and it doesn't quite hit its mark. And I feel like that is a big factor in why Streakz has got a bit of a sizable lead at the moment. Oh my goodness, the lock. And then trying to get some up air strings going, but a little bit too early percent.
All right, Streakz is finally, for the first time, actually getting like a few strings together. He's been kind of going for 1-2 hits and then running back, as we say.
Yeah.
But he's definitely grown into this set. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe we might see the Steph sweep.
Yeah, and it's really, really hard because when you're playing that really, really patient style and you know, we mentioned earlier, you know, Streakz is trying to draw blood from a stone, but the rock is already bleeding.
Yeah.
And it's so difficult.
Oh.
Just quite an aggressive down air there. I'm not sure that was quite what Bulby wanted.
I think the thing as well that Streakz recognizes is that he's got a stock lead. You know, the onus is on Bulby to sort of get things going. He has to approach. And I think it can be slightly tricky because, again, if Bulby doesn't kind of press things in the perfect, doesn't press the perfect buttons, then Fox, we saw the up smash out of shield. He's got his own finishers.
And we're just seeing it again, the back air once again sending Game & Watch off stage. There's not really too much that Fox can do to intercept with Game & Watch's recovery. A lovely parry, but a spot dodge as well. Just bops him in the face, saying no up smash for you. I'm walking away.
I think Bulby's struggling to kill this game, I feel like. Just without the grabs, he can't kill off a grab, so he has to give him the chair.
Have a seat, sir. Have
Have
a
a
seat.
seat.
You're on your last stock. And of course, you know, Game & Watch gets one grab, one nair, and suddenly we can see the percents start to fly, and Fox.
Oh, no way, man.
And
no way, man.
I didn't want to mention it. I didn't want to bring it into fruition. It was on the forefront of all of our minds, but deep, deep in the back pocket of Bulby
9.
was his partner, Lady Luck.
Lady Luck, indeed.
And she said, you know what? You can have a game.
That's so raw. I love as well that because Bulby, he's got this kind of face when he's playing. He's kind of like a stone cold killer. And you can't just down throw and be like, screw it. Let's roll the dice. And it worked out, man. It worked out.
I do like, yeah, because sometimes I watch like Game & Watchers get that 9 and they get like the proper pop off. They're like, yeah, I did it. And Bulby, I feel like Bulby, he's, you know, not to say they're not honorable, but I feel like Bulby's a very honorable player. And he's very like, I appreciate.
On the tiers of Game & Watchers,
yeah.
Bulby's the honorable Game & Watcher.
Bulby's a bit like, look, yeah, right. I've got to go for the win condition.
I mean, to be fair, his back was against the wall. He had to pull
Exactly.
something out. He had to pull something out, and he pulled the 9 out.
And the thing is, with this kind of situation, Bulby's back, as you mentioned, was against the wall for a good majority of that game too.
Oh yeah, he was getting smacked around, I'll be real, yeah.
So even if you do get that lucky hit, it still doesn't mean that suddenly the set is in your favor. Yes, you've got an extra game now to play with, but in the same vein, you've still got to work out where things were going wrong and why you had to rely on that luck in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like, you win that game in a vacuum, but you still got a lot of adapting to do in the set. But I don't know, sometimes you see players, they could get tilted by things like that. It's like, I can't believe I got hit by a 9. I was destroying that guy, what the hell? Whereas with Streakz, I feel like he's so calm and collected. You know, his player cam in his own right, he's usually just very zen, and he's just in the game. But he doesn't strike me as someone who'll get tilted by the 9. I don't know.
No, I was going to say, Streakz is very, I mean, Streakz is cold as ice. He is...
Ice in the veins.
You know, we meant it was the last Team Regen event where, you know, you and I have been in the scene for a very long time, and it's the first time we ever saw Streakz pop off.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
so...
That's a rare one.
Exactly,
Oh.
so, oh my goodness.
He's
and
not popping off for that. He's not popping off for that.
Absolutely not. And Bulby as well, both these, you know, two ice-cold players really going at the moment, and you see these really like wonderful interactions, and they're just there like, okay, well, this is still, I've still got work to do. I'm not going to smile until there is a 3 next to my name.
Yeah, I'll smile when I've won. Job's not finished. Job is not finished.
Exactly, and Bulby with a decent lead for the first time in this set as well, and like you mentioned, now suddenly Streakz has got to try and approach Game & Watch, and a lot of Fox's options of approaching are just landing on Game & Watch, and Streakz is getting upbeat time and time again.
Streakz is just, in this stock in particular, I think he's landed about 3 different aerials on shield. I think he had a nair and a down air, maybe a back air. All of them have just been eaten by the Game & Watch out shield. And he's down, as you say. The stock lead actually can be quite important in this sort of game because, like, we get these characters that great at playing from behind when, you know, it can be so spooky from the other side.
Yeah, it really, really can. And this is just where it gets entirely terrifying here. And just Bulby, it feels like Streakz is putty in Bulby's hands at the moment. It just feels like Streakz is trying to get anything started. That is a start.
That is a start. It's such a risk, though. It's like the thing that's so scary as a Fox player in this matchup is that your main like kill confirms are like sort of like aerials into the up smash. But if you miss space or miss time that up smash, you just die. Like we saw in that game 1, he was about to get up smashed. He snuck in the nair, but had he been a frame or too late, he would have died. The margins are so tight in this sort of matchup.
It's so, so difficult. And a player like Streakz does manage to do it. And then we get to this kind of percent where you're living forever and ever, but then suddenly Nair's going to start killing.
Yeah.
Throws might start killing. You know, up tilt might start killing. I don't know, like just more unorthodox moves. And suddenly Streakz has got a little bit more to think about when it comes to holding on to this stock.
Yeah, I think we saw it a little bit the last game. I think Bulby, you know, Streakz has actually done quite well to sort of stay at these high percents for quite a long time. Like, you see, Bulby's just desperate to finish this off. 176. You don't usually see Fox living that long.
Yeah, we can see there Bulby trying to go for the throw. I'll be real, I cannot tell the difference between down and up throw, but the neutral air there killing at 200%, and that is so scary for Streakz because, again, it's just this big, lingering hitbox that suddenly is just going to start killing. And obviously, kudos to Streakz for being able to last that long.
Yeah, he played really, really good actually with that percent lead. I feel like it's almost like he was playing with a lead, but now he's got to, yeah, as we say, play with the deficit. But he's still taking it slow. Like, you see Streakz, he's running, lasering, and then he runs to the other side, lasers. He's happy to chill and just shoot the gun.
Yeah, and it feels like this has just been the Streakz show for the past minute or so. Like you mentioned, really, really slowing down the pace until those perfect moments where you can get those tight conversions, and now suddenly an entire stock lead has just evaporated in front of Bulby's eyes.
He was threading the needle, man. He was threading the needle. I think you have to be so precise with Fox anyway in a lot of matchups, but yeah, watching Streakz combo Gamer Watch in a matchup like this, it's great to see. And we see the percents, well, they're pretty much even now.
Yeah, and Fox has got to try and find a way to land. Still has that double jump, managing to get back all the way to ledge, 2 nairs, and dead even percent. Once again, Fox's damage output can be utterly ludicrous sometimes.
Yeah, I think Streakz was feeling himself there, but then I think he actually sort of slightly overextended, and Bulby's kept him in disadvantage the last couple of seconds. 119.
Ooh, trying to get the wave land on the left-hand platform, but Streakz just dipping away from the entire situation before Bulby can get anything started, and these safe smash attacks just to tempt Streakz in, saying, look, come and play. I won't throw out another one. Don't worry. But he might.
Very tense game at the moment. No punish, or no immediate punish, I should say, on the down air. But this is it, Gamer Watch. Look at how Streakz keeps living to like 160 every time.
Yeah, and trying to go for that second down air, just trying to catch Streakz, maybe trying to get that punish on that first one, and the roll in just tanks all the way to the left-hand side. Bulby up 2-1. This would be a pretty big upset.
That's crazy. I don't know exactly what Bulby's seed was for this event. I don't think they were seeded to make this top 8 winners.
No, I don't believe they were.
But as I say, we said, you know, we think Streakz might have drawn the short straw in this matchup, and it's certainly looking like that at the moment. I think it's just so hard. Like, Streakz has to thread the needle, because if he tries to go for a nair or a down air to confirm it to the up smash, we keep saying it, he might just die.
He really...
And that's not, the risk reward is not there for you sometimes, but...
No, yeah, it's really not, but that is just the matchup in a nutshell. And the thing is, you see moments like that where when Streakz has got that precision, you see some moments that are like, you know, going for that double jump up air from the up B on shield. You just think to yourself that, like, is it actually that bad of a matchup?
Yeah.
Sometimes I see Streakz and I'm like, you're making this look, you know, even or even great for Fox, but then you just, again, it's that undocumented, it's that precision that really, you've got to really almost play it yourself to be able to see actually what he's doing is incredibly difficult. I
think as well is that, as I say, when we see Streakz play against a lot of players, he can usually force cracks out of people's gameplay. Like, he can sort of pressure them so much to where they either panic or just let themselves slip, and they don't. Oh my God!
Wow! Just caught the start of the down air with the up air, and just Streakz, one of the most explosive plays we've seen in the set so far, and a pretty early kill, all things considered.
Yeah. I mean, we're just saying, like, Streakz can usually crack open most of his opponents, but oh wow, back at there. It's actually way swingy in this game, back and forth so far.
I was going to say, it's definitely a much quicker game than we have seen thus far. Maybe both of them, maybe Streakz feeling a little bit of pressure and starting to turn on the jets, maybe trying to catch Bulby out with a big change in pace.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a lot more aggression. I think Streakz is, you know, we've seen him go for a couple of 1-2 hit combos. I think he's tried to extend them a little bit more this game, whereas previously he'd just sort of back off after the first few hits. But we see with the gun, he's still willing to play a bit of a slow pace. He's trying to bait a window to go for that nair up smash. You see what you see once it Bolton. Oh, gets the down air, trying to read nair dodge, but this is the thing, Bulby's not biting. But he gets that back air. That's a full stop lead.
No, but what you're saying is utterly correct. We're seeing these situations where a lot of players, they get hit just like a little bit above the stage, and then they throw out an air dodge, or they throw out an aerial, and Bulby's just like, right, I'm double jumping, and I'm off the stage. I'd rather go to ledge than deal with whatever you've got on your head right now. And it's working each and every time, and it's just completely diffusing the pressure that Streakz is putting on sometimes. And that is so commendable. Again, we talk so much about how much pressure Streakz can put on, and Bulby not only being able to handle it, but diffuse it, utterly incredible.
It's like, you know, when you're a child and you like play that game with your friends where you go up to someone and you like sort of, you jump towards their face, you go, ooh, ooh. And then it's like, oh, you flinched. Streakz is trying to do that to Bulby. Bulby ain't flinching. But they've evened it up somehow.
Oh my goodness, both hits. It always feels a little bit upset when you get hit by both hits of a gap attack.
Yeah.
It always feels just a little bit like, oh, come on. Like, come on now.
Another
All right, I get it.
shield.
I got the option wrong. I don't need double the punish. Yeah, we can see it again, just this pressure coming out from Streakz, just trying to get Nyan anything started. I think going for the back throw, trying to get a tech chase on the platform, but sending Bulby a little bit too far.
Great chase with the up air. Bulby has to land. As you say, he's happy to go to ledge. He doesn't overcomplicate things. He doesn't want to fight Fox in his territory. But Streakz, meanwhile, is just going to stand back, shoot the gun. But it's looking close here.
I was going to say, this is last stock, last hit at a point where Bulby might just qualify for the circuit. We said this is Streakz' tournament to lose, and yet...
Yeah, this would be huge.
This would be a massive upset. I cannot understate. Oh, we said...
Oh!
Ooh,
we said it, Joycey. We said Bulby's not giving him many air dodges. Like, Streakz would hit him with the aerial and be like, and just wait and try and punish on reaction. Bulby wasn't giving, but at that moment, he finally got blood from the stone. He finally got Bulby to crack. He air dodged, and Streakz was like, ooh, down smash. He finally got blood from the stone.
And maybe just the fact that was a turnaround one as well. Just the twist.
I don't know if it needed to be.
Like,
it's just a little bit spicy. People love watching Streakz. Like, he just does cool stuff.
Yeah, I do wonder whether there's like an actual reason for it, or whether it was just like, you know what, I want a little bit of spice, a little bit of spice.
I'm gonna go with it. It's just a little bit spicy. But here we go, folks. This is game 5.
Yeah,
very swingy set, but we thought this might go the distance, and it certainly has. But look at that, 63% already from Streakz.
And you know, sets between these two always have been close. And again, I've got to give like full shout out to Bulby for being relatively unpracticed and still going this far with some of the best of the best. But again,
oh man, like Bulby was saying to me before, I had a quick chat with him before this set, and he was basically saying, I play Elite Smash for 20 minutes sometimes after work. That's all he needs. That's all he needs.
Great spot dodge there, just anticipating that situation again, where he side beat on the stage, trying to go for that grab, but Streakz still in a disadvantageous position here. Just about manages dancing around that right platform.
Oh, he might be able to get another confirm out of that. Goes for another dash attack.
Yeah, I like the fact that he didn't let rip the up smash just to keep it a little bit fresher when he knows for sure that he's going to be able to get that kill from it.
Streakz trying to get down here. Bulby chasing with that dash attack. They're both kind of scrambling here. A few rolls, a few sort of quickly spaced aerials.
Oh, you can just feel the tension between these two. It's sort of like real back and forth until we get to like 90%, and then suddenly it's so delicate.
Streakz pulling the trigger there, trying to catch with an up smash. Oh, the tech saving Bulby there.
God damn, what a tech on the platform. And again, Bulby just ejecting himself from every single situation that Streakz is trying to apply pressure. We saw, you know, 2 back airs on the shield. I'm not sure about that side B though.
Yeah, I think, I don't know if that was a misinput or if he's just trying to be trying something. Back air is just enough. All right, Streakz taking a lead in this game 5.
And this is such a delicate moment here. It depends on how much extra percent Streakz is going to be able to get here. Oh, not quite managing to connect with the forward smash, but again, another 2-piece. We're seeing the same thing that we saw in those first couple of games where Streakz, knowing that their life is very much hanging by a thread here.
He gets the nair. I think Streakz continuing to be sort of hot and cold with his pressure, continuing some strings, but then knowing when to back out. But he's again living to ludicrously high percents. I don't know if he's got hit by all that many, like, he got hit by that down smash to take one of the games, but Bulby's not landed many, like, raw smash attacks this set, it feels like. Streak's been very disciplined in shield.
I feel like to an extent because of that, Bulby's not really been throwing them out as well. You know, you normally see, you know, your average Game & Watch and they're throwing out up smash like their life depends on it. But Streakz throwing out an up smash and Bulby's life was definitely depending on it, and it is not looking good for Bulby in this Game 5.
Hey, Bulby's going to need another 9 is all I'm saying. He's going to need another present from the RNG gods. But yeah, this is crazy. We're seeing how difficult it's been for Bulby to land the kill. I would love to know what the count is of how many times Streakz has lived to this high percent. You see Bulby there, he tried for that up smash. He just mashes the jab out of it. He's desperate. Bulby wants to kill him.
And we're seeing so many more grabs coming out from Streakz here. I feel like Bulby is waiting for these moments where Streakz is trying to apply this pressure on shield, and Streakz has said, okay, well, if you're just going to hold shield anticipating my nairs, I'm just going to grab you. And even though Fox doesn't get too much, you get conditioning and you get a little bit of percent, which from one grab, not too much. 2 or 3 grabs, now we're talking.
Especially with, you see with that Bulby going for the, not the Hail Mary, but the I really need something from this this side B, this judge hammer. Nice little conversion here, though, from Bulby. He's got Streakz up in the air. He needs to keep him here for a long time. He's going to have any chance of clearing this up because basically lapped in percent at this point.
Yeah, and we're just seeing, again, Streakz applying that platform pressure. Excellent parry there from Bulby. I'm loving this use of the reflector. Just, even if it doesn't do much to Game & Watch, it's still just nullifying that pressure that Bulby's trying to put on. Game & Watch's vantage state is utterly terrifying. So any little bit that you can get, you've got to take it.
It feels like Streakz, if he's going to take this set, he has to clear it out right now because, if Bulby gets this stock, you do feel like,
yeah, I mean,
it could be one little string away. But not enough.
Quite yet. Fox's back air, not quite the move that it used to be. Oh, and just trying it again. And once again, Streakz not afraid to go for these grabs, just dancing around Bulby's shield, just waiting for a moment. And the second hit didn't connect. So unfortunate. That could have been the set.
Bulby not able to chase Streakz off stage, gets a free high up B back to center. But Bulby's still, he's going high. He's so close. So many high up Bs from Streakz are working out.
I was going to say, it's really, really making Bulby second guess these edge guards time and time again. The first reckless up smash we've seen from Streakz, but again, in this nervous situation, you're not going to try and punish that unless you know it is utterly guaranteed.
But he gets the chip. All right. This is the problem. You see, Streakz is desperately trying to get Bulby out of jumping out of shield, but again, we've seen Bulby hold the line. He knows when to hold shield. He knows when to sort of dash back. It still feels like a bit of not a mountain to climb for Streakz, but he's not going to get this for free.
Yeah, this is the thing, and Bulby has just gone for that extra stone, but the back air finally managing to take it, a fresh stock, a fresh back air, and Streakz, by the skin of his teeth, makes it into winners finals and takes first place, takes one of the places for the qualifier.
Yep, that's Streakz. He will be joining, as some thought he might be, as expected, will be joining the UKIE finale participants tomorrow. Commiserations to Bulby. I don't know how that guy's so good, despite the fact that he barely plays this game. But, you know, the word fundamentals gets thrown around a lot. Bulby has it, man. Bulby got those fundies. And, yeah, a real kind of blast from the past. Like, 2 early strong meta characters going at a nice Game 5 set. Streakz threading the needle, as we say, trying to find those very small windows to punish Game & Watch's kit, because they are very small windows to punish. But Streakz moving on. Bulby is going to play Grand Finals, aka Le Goat.